Thanks, Nick. I'm joined by Declan Carroll. He's got Are we nearly there? Dad, and the John Blackburn colour study had a chance here.
Yeah, he's hopefully coming back into some form now, Niall. Yeah.
He's well handicapped in all form if he does.
Yes, he would. Yeah, he's come down the weights because he wasn't running that well, but yeah, he looked like he would be. Yeah.
Are you showing you signs at home that he might be getting there?
I'm pleased with him. Yeah, he's shown up well.
You busy week, Carlisle. You're runners at Doncaster and Chester Saturday, the 100 grand race.
Yeah, Eamon runs there in the 100 grand handicap. He won it a couple of years ago, so we'll see if we can do the same again.
Ground-wise, he's fairly versatile.
He is, but he does prefer. He would be better on soft ground, and I think there's some rain coming, so that would play into his hands. Yeah.
Good stuff, Zach. We'll let you leg him up. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
Last little look at the betting with 5 minutes or so till the off. Well, on exchange, Homer Stokes clear favourite at 4-1 from John Kirkup. Mutanaaseq, are we nearly there, Dad? There's absolutely nothing between those three on the bet for exchange. Homer Stokes, though, 7-2 and joint favourite with Mutanaaseq on the show we've got there. Fours about are we nearly there, Dad? John Kirkup, same price, 5-1 rain cap. Red Rose Zorro 16 to 18s Penny Gent at the bigger prices then, Absolute Dream 33s and Delegate the Lady 50-1. All 9 going out for the last race of the day. Martin, Niall, all yours.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah, 7-2 joint favourites, and a lot of horses like the horse and shot, Mutanaaseq, who are just regulars here. Is it whose turn today? Homer Stokes and Mutanaaseq are 7-2 joint favourites.
Yeah, I thought John Kirkup was maybe the start point for the race. I do think that he's a veteran now, admittedly, but I do think there's another win in him. And obviously, last time out he was second to our earlier winner, Desert Dream. So that form has been given a bit of a boost with him following up. And John Kirkup probably went a little bit too quick that day as well. He was prominent in a race that was run at a very strong gallop, and he's been knocking on the door anyway recently, hasn't he? And he's got lots of previous here at Catterick, like a lot of them do, to be fair. We're looking at another race. There's so many of these handicaps that you go through on the card at Catterick where you get lots and lots of course and distance winners. In this field, we've got Homer Stokes, Mutanaaseq, Rain Cap, Red Rose Zorro, who's won here lots of times, Absolute Dream as well. John Kirkup hasn't managed to win here, but he has got lots of placed form at the track, and he clearly acts round here.
Okay, Delegate the Lily, the outsider 50-1. Luke Morris looking at the betting will struggle to land the hat-trick, but it's been a good day for him nonetheless. Homer Stokes 7-2 then for David and Nick to the Baron, who this time next week will be counting down the days. The Air Gold Cup with Pilgrim. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, he's going to have a heck of a chance, isn't he, in the Air Gold Cup? You'd think, given how progressive he's been through the season. But Homer Stokes here for them. He's had quite a light campaign. Started off busy enough in the spring, and then he's had 3 months off since we last saw him, which was here at this track. He's been well supported today. His win on his penultimate start, he actually beat Miss Willows, who went then and did win here subsequently. And Homer Stokes, that was on ground that was on the easy side of good when he won, so conditions certainly suitable for him. He's got a really good record on the all-weather, but he does probably nowadays, as an older horse, I think he probably does prefer a little bit of ease in the ground, which he's got.
At a bigger price, 18-1, Penny Gent got cheek pieces on, and you look at that run last time out of Carlisle, Half Moon Rising, bolted up earlier in the afternoon. It was probably the easiest winner of the afternoon, so
not impossible.
No.
I mean, I could see cheek pieces helping her, definitely.
Yeah,
because
early in the race?
Yeah, she can be slow into her stride, and she just doesn't really travel early on. So whether Catterick's the right track for her, we'll see. I think maybe Carlisle suited her a little bit better, but it could be that the cheek pieces just help her to switch on a little bit more early in the race. She's out of a Verglass mare as well, and she's proven with ease in the ground. A lot of those Verglasses do, when you've got that influence in the pedigree, they do handle softer ground well.
Okay, the Rain Cap we should mention as well for John Riches. You take in resale his useful £7 claim. He's a pound below before you take the rider's claim into effect. He's a pound below his last success. It was a run last time out where just got beat a short head, albeit by a 40-1 shot. He was making the stable debut for a new yard, but it was a good run. Yeah, it was a better run, definitely, wasn't it? And he's kind of been a bit inconsistent this season, but he's been a regular here at Catterick. But his 3 best runs have been at this track, and all of his best recent form, all of his best form really over the last couple of years has been here at Catterick. He runs here at plenty of the meetings,
and at least he comes here on the back of a decent run. He possibly would have won that day. He kind of got squeezed for room briefly and finished off his race well. I mean, he had a chance to go past late on, in fairness, and he just was never quite going past. But Rhys Elliott takes off 7. He's only rated 49 now, so it's a very low weight and mark that he's running off with that claim into account.
Homer Stokes is clear favourite on the track, ahead of Mutanaaseq. On the exchanges, Homer Stokes a favourite, and John Kirkup's now gone clear second favourite.
Yeah, I think he'd be kind of, it's an open low grade handicap, and you don't want to be putting maximum faith in any of these, if truth be told. But John Kirkup would be sort of the horse I'd view as maybe the likeliest winner of it. Just I think the blinkers have helped him recently on his last couple of starts. He's run really well with those blinkers fitted, and they did go a bit too fast last time out and set the race up for Desert Dream. That form's had a boost. The mover in the market through the day has been Are We Nearly There, Dad, who has tumbled down the weights. He's a well handicapped horse if you judge him on his progressive 3-year-old form. He won 3 times last season over 5, 6 and 7 furlongs, but he just hasn't quite got his act together so far this year. But he's now down the weights. His 2 wins last year were off, his 3 wins, sorry, were off 57, 57 and 60, and he's now tumbled all the way back down to lower than any of those wins. Are We Nearly There, Dad, rated just 56 this afternoon.
We heard from Declan Carroll a couple of minutes ago. He was positive of a big run. John Blackburn's here. Royal Ascot winning owner this year, but you sure do. He won the Windsor Castle.
Ain't nobody.
He's
running in the Flying Childers, I think, right, on Friday. He's certainly in it, I think, on Friday at Doncaster, so look forward to seeing him again. But yeah, interesting that the money's come for Are We Nearly There, Dad. He's a well handicapped horse and a younger horse than others in this field. There's only 2 4-year-olds in here, Penny Gent being the other one.
Right, they're starting to load up. Rain Cap not making it easy for the stalls handlers. He's due to go into stall 9 as he's just slowly edging forward. Penny Gent, 20s into 14s. I can see that. You know, at the price.
Yeah, at a big price. She ran a solid race last time out. The form's had a boost. The cheek pieces could work. I mean, she's obviously had a lot of goes, and she's still looking for her first win. But that Carlisle run was one of her better efforts in her career, at least last time out.
Okay, she's got the cheek pieces on for the race. She's got a hood on for stalls entry. She's going to go into stall 7 as we watch Red Rose Zorro. He's 10 years of age. He slipped down to a good mark, and he ran well a couple of times this season here, but it's just last time out was tame. It was
a poor run last time out, and harder to predict nowadays, as you'd expect him to be at 10 years old, to be honest, than maybe in his heyday. Part of the angle with John Kirkup for me was that I don't think there's that many horses that want to go forward in this race. Mutanaaseq often gets behind early. Are We Nearly There, Dad's got a bit of a habit of missing the break, certainly has done on recent outings. Rain Cap's usually held up. Penny Gent doesn't always go early on in a race. She doesn't travel the best. So there's a lot of slow starters or hold-up horses in this field, and there is just a chance that John Kirkup either gets his own way or races close to what might not be quite such a red-hot galloper we often see in these races at Catterick.
Okay, last couple go forward with their thanks. Here's Mark.
Last one moving forward. They're in the gate. And they're off. Just a slight stumble at the break from John Kirkup coming out of stall number 5, but he didn't lose a great deal of ground, and this is a contentious early tempo. Homer Stokes on the inside, John Kirkup is keen. Around the outside, Delegate the Lady. Those are the first 3. On their heels is Red Rose Zorro, who's racing alongside Absolute Dream. Next in the field is Are We Nearly There, Dad? Then out quite wide is Rain Cap. Towards the rear of the field is Penny Gent, and the back marker is Mutanaaseq, last year's winner, 9th and last as they go into that far turn. John Kirkup now has come through to take the lead over Homer Stokes in 2nd, and the lead now is over 2 lengths. In 3rd, Delegate the Lady as they make the run down towards the home straight. Then Red Rose Zorro racing on the inside of Absolute Dream. And next is Are We Nearly There, Dad? Then quite wide is Rain Cap. Still towards the rear of the field, Mutanaaseq, but now beginning to pass rivals. Penny Gent is now the back marker, and they've made the turn in with just over a quarter of a mile to to go. Homer Stokes has come across towards the near side rail. John Kirkup, though, still might just have his white nose in front. Little between those two. Are we nearly there, Dad? He's staying on now into third and trying to challenge inside the final furlong. Homer Stokes on the rail. The centre of the course, John Kirkup. These are still the first two. Are we nearly there, Dad? Back in third, but it is Homer Stokes who has got the lead as they race up towards the line. It's Homer Stokes who wins. John Kirkup in second and in third. Are we nearly there, Dad?
And Conor Beasley beats in second place John Kirkup, and third was Are We Nearly There? Horse Mixall wins well.
Yeah, there wasn't that much of a competition at the front end, and the first two have always been in those positions throughout. Conor Beasley got Homer Stokes across to the rail, and he's won easily in the end. Well delivered by, brought here in, ideally prepared by Nicola and David Barron, and he's won easily.
I'll try and grab a word with David Barron, but a smooth success.
Do they want a wrap?
That concludes all the action at Catterick this afternoon. Martin Dixon alongside me throughout the day. A couple of notable doubles, if you like. Ollie Pearce a double, and Seb Spencer and Dale Swift on board as well. Dancy Pope, we should start with him, a sixth course success. It was low grade card, but a really likeable horse.
Yeah, I think 7 maybe even now.
One over jumps as well.
Okay, yeah. So he's done incredibly well around here at Catterick, and has a really good record in amateur riders.